Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Nice to see you both.
Nice to be seen. Good to see you too.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Let me introduce both of you, and then we'll start telling some stories. My name is Deanna Watson. This is the Looking Back podcast. Today we have Alex Feng, who is a very special member of the extended Watson family. I have brought Joe in, my perfect husband, perfect father, perfect son-in-law, all things Joe, here because the two of you can have a really nice conversation about all of things Alex, and I will just sit and learn. So Joe, is there anything you want to say about Alex before we let him tell his story of who he is and what he does?
Well, it's funny. I've known Alex my entire life. I think I like consciously have known him since I was 8 and started studying with him, but I'm sure there was more time before that that just didn't imprint on my brain as well. And that being said, I really don't know him that well. And so I'm as interested in the answers to, the story that we're going to get today as anyone is.
Excellent. Well, Alex, tell us all. Who are you? Where you're from? What do you do?
Well, I was born in China, raised in Taiwan, came to the United States when I was a teenager, and had a life here, and started learning judo from a very long. Joe Watson Sr. was a member of, and that was back in 1960 or something like that. And then I continued my judo practice. I have a teacher in Japan right now, Wakabayashi Sensei, and I ranked 4th degree in judo and 2nd degree in jiu-jitsu. I also teach Tai Chi. I was very fortunate to meet a good Tai Chi teacher who was head of the University of Shanghai Physical Education. He was the head of that department. And so I've been studying with him for like 30-some years. And so I do Tai Chi, I do Qigong because when I was young I had asthma and healed myself with Qigong, so I teach Qigong as well. I still teach Judo to a group of kids, Native American kids, set up by Fukuda Sensei. Fukuda Sensei is one of the highest ranking women Judo practitioner in the world, and she created a program to teach young girls, women, martial arts. And I happened very fortunate to know her, and she became my teacher, and she created this program and went to India to teach Indian kids, East Indian kids, but now she's created a program here in the United States for Native American kids. Right? Last couple of years now, 2 or 3 years for Native American kids. I play ping pong. I do salsa dancing. I exercise.
Really?
And my profession is traditional Chinese medicine. And I've been doing traditional Chinese medicine for a long time. It started out with body work and learning it in martial art world, Seifu Jitsu, Observatory Law System, Koden system, and later on expanded to other things. I got my license in California in 1976. My license number in acupuncture is first 300 in the state of California. Consider it an antique. So I still practice part-time now. I haven't half retired. And I also work in the hospital with a very well-known eminent doctor by the name of Dr. Amy Matecki, who is then guarding a program of combining Eastern and Western medicine together. She's a physician from China and also an acupuncturist. She went to school and studied acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine. And I met her a long time ago when I was teaching at the hospital. We reconnected several times. So she got me working at Alta Biggs Hospital, Summit Hospital, with cancer patients for the last 20 years now, and also teaching Qigong for almost 20 years. And so I work in the hospital as well, working with residents, teaching residents how to manage the hospital setting, but also now, just new, we also have allopathic residents in the program learning about integrated medicine. So that's briefly what I'm doing with my life.
That's briefly what you're doing with your life. You write our on the cutting edge of bringing all of these Eastern and Western traditions together.
Yes, it is definitely cutting edge. We were the first program at Highland Hospital that Dr. Mateki created in the country, a public hospital, to have acupuncturists practicing in the hospital setting. So it is cutting edge.
Cutting edge. Where are you, sir? I know you're in Oakland, but have you been in the same place many years?
No, well, you know, I taught I taught in Berkeley with Joey and senior, Joe Watson Senior, practice in Berkeley for a while. And then I moved to someplace in Berkeley, and someplace in Berkeley, and then moved to right here for the last 20 years.
The last 20 years.
I have a center, pretty large space, and Joey's been here. And well, I actually taught at Live Oak, right? Remember? You had long hair then.
Yeah, a lot more hair then.
Very long. Great guy, great guy. Your husband is a great guy.
Perfect.
For the senior.
Perfect.
Joe Watson Senior worked with me for like over 18 years, volunteering, helping out with the judo class every day. Every time we had classes, he was there. So he was a great guy, very just selflessly offered himself to the much appreciated.
That's what Grampy did.
Well, having studied with you forever in knowing the origin story of your system, Wu-Chin-Pai, I want to know more. Where did Wu-Chin-Pai come from? Was that from your father? Is it a kind of a Chinese take on a Japanese art? How did that come together?
Well, when I was very young, as all of you may have experienced, you get bullied in school, also like elementary school. So I told my dad, I said, I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to get hurt. So he took me to all kinds of martial art practitioners, really fantastic people. But I was attracted to two things. Number one, a Kung Fu system, Southern system. And then number two, Judo. So I studied both of those when I was very young. When I came to the United States, I continued to study. Wu-Chin-Pai was a creation of my father. And he did exactly what you did, Joey. I call you Joey. Is it okay?
Absolutely.
He's still Joey in California.
There you go. So my father had the same idea as you. In other words, explore different things and come up with your own. So I studied judo, jiu-jitsu, Shaolin Kung Fu, praying mantis, as well as Wu-Chun, very little bit of karate. So I blended it all together, and I formed a system. One of the earliest systems that we did, combining sparring and judo together, and a full contact, quote unquote, full contact concept. So we taught that in school in my dojo at Berkeley and Luther King Right Way for many, many years. And we continued that until I got too old to be jumping around. So I stopped doing sparring kind of stuff and veered towards more gentler sport like Tai Chi. Tai Chi is also a martial art. And it also has a lot of throws and grappling techniques. A lot of the Chin-Na technique, a lot of the Jiu-Jitsu techniques are in Tai Chi. A lot of the throws are in Tai Chi. It was a combination of Kung Fu, Tai Chi, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, all mixed together. Wu-Chin-Pai, like I said, my creation of my father philosophically, and then technique-wise, it's a combination of many things that I gathered together. And we are successful. We got what we call Kids Contact, 5 champions, 5 years in a row, state championship. I have Kung Fu, I have national champion. Judo, I have national champion. Full contact fighting, I have champions. So everything we do is like supreme. Because of principle, not necessarily technique, because each person is different. You have to adopt the principle of martial art to the individual usage, and availability. So we teach that way. So, for example, tall people don't do a lot of drop knee techniques. in Judo. It just makes no sense, you know. Like you're tall, why do you want to drop so low? You make other, do other things. So adopt techniques that fits your body. I remember once going to a tournament once and watching a karate guy doing a demo, and it made an impression on me because he was terrible. He was, even though he's very high ranking, he wasn't terrible in his form. It was terrible because it wasn't who he was. He was forcing himself to do an art that wasn't him, and painfully watching him to do that at a very high rank means to spend a lot of time and energy performing something that isn't him. So I recognized that very early that we need to be ourselves. So I encourage people to explore everything, whether it's music or art or poetry or people, to have resonance. So Wu-Chen-Pai, my father's creation, a compilation of many things together. And the basic leading guideline is principles. Understand principles and use it to your advantage.
Well, that philosophy has stuck with me my entire life, so I'm living it.
That's why you're so good.
Thank you.
That's why you win, 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 win.
Many good influences you had.
I don't know. It's part of life. You know, I have good examples to follow, like Josh.
How many classes are you still teaching each week, sir?
Well, I teach a Zoom class of Qigong on Tuesday. I teach a Tai Chi class on Monday. And I teach a private class on Friday. And I teach the Judo on Friday. And I teach Qigong on Saturday again. And beyond, and besides all of that, I have clinics. I have Tuesday, even days, 2, 4, 6. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I have in the morning. And Wednesday, I have the afternoon. And I see anywhere from 4 to 12 patients.
Wow, and you're throwing in ping pong and salsa dancing.
Oh, absolutely. And I work in a hospital. Supervise kids. I don't want to call them kids, they're all adults. I call them kids because I'm old. But I supervise young students, residents, and so on and so forth. I dance 2 days a week, and I play ping pong 3 days a week. I have a coach. I have a teacher, a national level teacher. Everything I do, you should find the best. Expose yourself to the best. You'll learn the best. You know, you may not be the best, but you're learning from the best. You acquire some nice stuff, like cooking. You know, you hang around a good cook, you learn something.
I know that you've got a long list of very famous people that you've worked with, like Fukuda Sensei, like Professor Wally J. I didn't realize that you had started at Law Judo with my father, who also started there. Who else have you studied with?
Oh God, long list of people. Okay. Professor Wang Pei-kun is my current Tai Chi teacher from Shanghai. I mentioned that he was the head of martial arts department at Shanghai University of Physical Culture. I've known him for quite a few years. He's still my teacher. He used to come every year. He hasn't retired now, so he stays in China. We used to take students to China and study martial art in China. And I also have a current teacher by the name of Wakabayashi Sensei in Japan, in Tokyo. He's a great guy. He's a short guy, but works out every day, bruises every day, doesn't care. Older than me. Oh my God. When he was 70, he was throwing me like rag doll, you know, and I'm pretty good, you know. But he was throwing me like this, and it was really nice. And also, I have another really good, I would teacher, partner, party, and Tenkai Sensei. Miki Tenkai, he's now living in Japan. I think he's 7th or 8th degree in Judo. He was my Judo partner for the longest time. He walked into our dojo when I was still in Berkeley, and we became friends. And we maintained friends all that time since 1970 something. So, Sushita Sensei, Judo. I have lots of Professor Ying was my Tai Chi teacher when I was 16 in San Francisco. Fantastic guy. I learned a lot of meditation, Qigong practice, as well as Tai Chi. Lots of teachers.
I was there when Kenkai Sensei showed up and had the honor of working with him for several years and getting thrown by his Tomonagi over and over and over.
There you go, Kawanagi. His favorite Kawanagi.
Yes.
After many years, about I don't know how long now, some years ago, I went to Japan and he tried to show me Tomonagi. And I said to him, I said, Senkai, I see it coming. Finally!
After how many years? You don't know. A few. A few.
Years are no longer, they're no longer an issue. There's so many years in between. I'm 76. I started martial arts when I was like, 9, 10 years old. So many years in between. So quote years are like difficult.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's not important. One of those years I did that. I know this person. And of course, with Professor Ray Law, there was a lot of good teachers. There were Duncan Gistry, Rory Redman. There was quite a few wonderful seniors in my life that really mentored me. Professor Ray Law was a marvelous, wonderful example of teachership. He taught you how to teach. He taught you how to learn. So it was a very important part of my life. And Wally J was just, Professor Wally J was just a character. He just welcomed me like a family. Just made me part of the family. And I still relate to his students. He noticed, came here and helped with the judo class for a while. His daughter, Leica, also came and helped. We still relate. I still know people from that jiu-jitsu circle of the Wally. I still have in contact with them. And Leon J comes to town, I go visit. So we still maintain relationships. It's a small world. Creamy, Professor Creamy in Grass Valley. He also is a sport-in-town practitioner, and we maintain contact. He still teaches his own style of judo, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, but we maintain contact because of the AJJF, American Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Federation Association. We maintain friendship. And Gino, I think we met Gino when I went for your school out in Ohio, Pennsylvania, or something.
Pennsylvania, because you came for the Black Belt Hall of Fame.
Something. And I had dinner with you guys and your kid.
Yeah.
Wonderful meal. Thank you.
Fun. I remember that. That was like the ribs in West Virginia.
And they had palm trees and lights on the outside.
DJs.
Yeah. We didn't expect that.
And I remember, Joey, both your father, Joe, both Joes, met people. Joe Sr. took him over 10 years to get his black belt, maybe even longer. And he persisted, And I remember his favorite technique, we call him the shin killer. You're kicking in the shin, you're like, oh my God! Because he's so bony, And then when you're working with Joe, you put on your shin guard. Because you know that he can kick you in the shin. Joey, I remember you as an enthusiastic, aggressive youngster. Nothing was ever in your way. You were like your father, persistent. Yes, go, I'm going, that kind of attitude. Nothing was ever in your way.
That is what they say. He's relentless. What does your plaque say, Joe?
Relentlessly leading others to achieve their potential.
Yes.
In some of my modern martial arts circles, I'm known as the golden retriever of sparring, because I'm like, it's like a dog with a ball. Just like, yeah, let's play. I want to fight.
Well, I think that in our school, we make fighting a play. So it's never with any malice intention, not allowed. And no regret. No, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, waste time in it. Just move. Just again and again and again. So it builds a good camaraderie environment, also good learning environment, a good environment to, as you say, Joe, to achieve your potential. Seek, find, explore your potential, and work from who you are.
Explore your potential. That's a nice statement. Sir, any other career highlights?
Me?
Yes.
No, I just when I started acupuncture, it was illegal. Something called me to do it. I had to. I didn't have a choice. Something I recommend to people who go in the path that you feel like you have no choice. You have to do it. This way. I gotta do it. So I studied Chinese medicine and it became legalized by Governor Brown at that time. So we just celebrated our 50 years of legalization in California. So I moved a lot in that world. I apprenticed with physicians, Dr. Bert Small, Dr. Alex, who were both actually physicians, Western physicians. But they were interested in Chinese medicine. We got groups together and learned Chinese medicine. So I, with that, and of course I had many good Chinese doctors I recall as my mentor as well. So I've done a lot, I think. Now I'm working in a hospital, which is a cutting edge for medicine. At my age, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I don't do much in-house practice anymore. I do much of the vision and guidance. I worked so many years already in the hospital setting. Highlights.
Highlight. What about family highlights?
Family highlights, did you say?
Yes.
Family's a long story.
I know you've had a wonderful wife for many years.
I had one wife pass away, but it was life lesson. After 25 years of marriage, you realize, wait a minute, what happened to all the 25 years of love? Poof, they can disappear very quickly. There's animosity and vengeance and not nice stuff. And also division of children.
Oh.
Yeah, not nice. It's not something that, but it was a life experience that I had to go through. I have wonderful children.
You have grandchildren?
I have great grandchildren.
How many?
I saw, oh God, don't ask me to count. Probably six of them.
Really?
Yeah, I adopted. I had one biological child, Bobby, and when I met my first wife, she had 4 children already, so I had 5 children. Then with the martial arts, as you know, Jerry, that I adopted Tony, Ronnie, Nathan. So I adopted like 10 kids.
Really?
Yeah, really. They're still around. Nathan passed away over drugs. But Tony's still around. Tony Daniel's still around. Pete Zablocki is still around. Ronnie Wright is still around. Eric Zablocki is still around. Hiram is still around. A lot of people are still around. They're like, oh my God.
You've built your own family.
Yes.
I came to this country. My father wasn't allowed to come. So I was lonely. So I said, I need a family. Not only a family like kids, but also a family of community. So that's why I set out to achieve, to produce.
Can you tell us anything about your family coming from China? Your dad, you say your dad was not allowed to come?
Well, I don't know, the history. China had a revolution, and my mother was German. So we left China to go to Taiwan. Taiwan, very much like China, intellectual property were not allowed to go out of the country. So my mother and my sister and I came to the U.S. under German quota. My father had to get special legislation from the United States to get him a couple of years later. So I grew up in Taiwan, and I was in my 30s. I went to Hong Kong. I was studying Chinese medicine in Hong Kong. My father went with me, and he got a letter from one of the cousins. We were in Holiday Inn, and he started to cry. I said, Dad, what's going on? He says, I think my son. I said, what? I'm the only son. I'm the oldest son. What are you talking about? He says, yeah. In my 30s, I realized my father had another family. Those days, when my father's kind of that generation where 2, 3 wives is not a big deal. So he had 2 wives. One was Chinese, one was German. And I have a brother who was from the Chinese wife, and I did not know that because of politics. And I don't want to go into politics right now because of everything. But we weren't allowed to write to him or to know about him. So I did not know I had a brother till almost my 30s. And then my father made connection, and my brother and his family with 3 kids came, and we reunited. My brother's a very, very nice.
That's really
Yeah, it's
neat.
really unusual. Yeah, unusual.
It's actually not as unusual as you might think.
Ah, you're right, you're right.
I'm starting to hear more and more of those stories.
People have different families. What was it? I heard recently they took, they uh, kicked him out of U.S. and went to Mexico. And then years later, the family found out in U.S. that he had another family in Mexico with kids and everything. But for whatever reason, they weren't allowed to communicate. Very much like what happened to my family. So, like you said.
Interesting. Do you know why your family picked California? Why did they come? They went from Taiwan to the Bay Area?
Yeah, my mother was a multilingualist. She was a professor at the university, but she also did side jobs. And one of the side jobs was a tourist guide. She took American nationals and took them to temples and markets and showed them what Chinese culture was like. One of the people was Colonel Herrick. Colonel Herrick was a classmate of Eisenhower. So through Colonel Herrick, we got permission to invited to come to this country. So we had a sponsor. The sponsor was very influential, and he lived in Oakland.
He lived in Oakland.
So, we came to Oakland, my home.
Just came to
So
Oakland.
we came to Oakland. I just
1963.
actually lived in his house. Very kind. No, my life is full of coincidences and circumstances and
People and
serendipity.
places.
I was very lucky that I had people around me who were good people and influential. In martial art world, in politics, in medicine. I was very lucky. If you had that luck, you're like you're lucky.
You're a lucky guy. Take advantage of it.
Well, advantage comes to you. You have to be able to see opportunity. If you don't see opportunity, for example, I was going to school at UC Berkeley. Didn't do opportunity for me to do Chinese medicine came, even though it's illegal. Grasp, even though everything tells you not to follow your own.
Follow it.
Heaven and earth were open.
Very nice, sir.
A beautiful message.
Very.
You have to believe it. You have to really believe it. If you believe in it, follow it, all things come to you as they should. There's hardship, there's joy, there's privileges, there's knowledge, whatever it is, they'll come your way. You just have to go in it.
Thank you for teaching Joe all those beautiful things that he teaches to me.
Well, I think both of you have that already. So you two are very lucky as well. So I found each other.
Very lucky. Very lucky.
I feel like I know you better already.
Oh, good. Well, if we get a chance, let's get together again. I know you're in Texas, and Zoom world is really easy now. I can see you so clearly. I can see you so clearly.
Yeah.
Chit chat, So
I'll be in California in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have another opportunity.
Well, I love that. Usually on Sunday, I have dim sum in a very favorite place. You can join me for dim sum. You remember Leon?
Absolutely. Yes.
I'm having lunch with him this Sunday because he's coming back. He's come from Israel, come to visit, and we're having lunch.
Nice. Say hi for me, please. Thank you.
I'm going to take a picture of this right now.
Yes.
I think I can do it.
I can get one too. It will be.
Anything else? And do I get to see this? Do I get to see this, or how does it work?
Well,
what happens to that? why are you doing this?
Why am I doing the podcast?
I know. Why are you?
Because there's people that have knowledge and it should be shared. I mean, you know things and you have experiences and you have wisdom, and someday you won't be here to share that anymore, and I want to make sure that people have access to it for as long as possible.
Very sweet of you. You are a historian and a librarian.
Kinda, thank you. Thank you.
So
History
do I get
must
to
be
see this?
documented. Yeah, I will clean it up and clean up the editing and send it to you in a couple of days. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And then Joe and I can study it and get back to you with more questions.
I like that. I like
I like
Interview
that
part
too.
2.
Interview part
I think
two.
one of the hardest things is how to ask questions as an interviewer.
Oh.
What questions do you ask? What questions not to ask?
Yes. Well, it helps that I have no filter. I'll ask whatever I want. Whatever comes to mind, I just say it.
I like it.
Take
And I will
care.
answer
Whatever comes to mind.
whatever.
Whatever is comfortable. Okay. Well, thank you very much for today.
Thank you for doing this. Good to see you, Faye. Good to see you.
Pleasure talking with you.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye.